What's up? What's good, y'all? What's happening? It's your boy Thami. I'm back with another video. I haven't seen you guys in a long time now. I haven't seen you guys in a long time. It's just been hectic, man. It's just been hectic. School, exams, and all that. So I hadn't like really had a chance to like take and upload and edit, cause editing takes a lot of time. So I hadn't like really had a chance to like edit and take videos and upload them. But yeah, I'm back now and I'm back with a rather interesting video. At first, I was kind of like debating whether I should upload this video, take and upload this video or not, because I don't really like talking about like personal stuff that much on YouTube. But then I was like, hey man, I don't know if this video might come as a lesson or help someone who gets in a similar situation as me make better decision than I did in that instance. Yeah, so I decided to finally just make this video. I'm not the best storyteller, by the way, so bear with me when I'm telling you the story. Okay, so here's what happened. Let me take you like to the beginning of this whole thing. It all happened like in the evening. I was with the hand in my place, and then I had to like take her home. I could have Ubered her home, but then I realized that there was this whole thing, Uber thing, Taxify thing going on, and people getting trafficked and stuff like that. So we just realized that it's not really safe. Like, I go to get into an Uber alone in the evening. So I just decided, hey man, I'll just walk you to your place. I'll just walk you to your place. It's cool. We both agreed on that. And she didn't really stay far from my place. It's like only 600 meters away. So I was just like, it's not really such a big deal. So I'll just walk her to a place and then come back. And yeah, we'll all be good. So we leave my place. Now we walk into a place 600 meters away. And everything happened at her street. Before I get into what happened, I feel like I need to like give you a layout of how the street is, so that you can like better comprehend and like imagine the layout of the place where it happened. So first of all, her street is like long. It's this long street. I don't know how many meters it is, but it's probably like 100 meters or something, or even more than that. And she stays at the end of the street, where like the road on her street meets the main road. It's like a T junction. So before you get to a street, you have to like walk down the street, and then at the end of at the end of this road, the road like curves. It makes like an L, and then where it does the L, that's where like her street starts up until the end where she stays. So we walking down from my place and then go down that road where it makes an L at the end. Walk down that road, and then now we're walking in his street now. We're walking in his street, going towards a place. You can already see a place, but it's like kind of far. You know, we just chill. We just walking, not in a hurry, cause yeah. So we walking, and then we're getting towards the street. It's like at the end of that road where it makes an L and makes the main road. She stays just like next to the main road. Like her house is next to the house, which is like literally next to the main road. So we walk, and then we get to a place. We get outside a place. We're like, okay, we got to a place now. And then we're just standing outside a place, just like talking for a little bit and goodbyes, before she goes inside. She hasn't opened the gate at this time. She hasn't really done anything. We're just standing there. I'm standing facing her yard, facing her gate and her house, and she's standing in front of me, facing the road. Cause like her house is just next to the road that I told you about. So she's facing the road, and we're just standing there. We're talking goodbyes and all that. And next thing you know, from the main road, in it I said that the road goes and meets like it makes like a T junction where it meets the main road. So before we know it, a car comes from the main road, up the main road, going down towards the street where we're standing, which is next to a house. And then obviously you're only going to see it when it gets to like the T junction, where the T junction is. And this car, I don't even really remember what kind of car it was. I don't know, I don't remember anything. So the car emerges in the T junction, and then it turns and drives towards us from the main road. It's now getting in like the road that we're in, the long road that I told you guys about. So all of a sudden, this guy is. We're still trying to figure out. Oh, this guy is coming here. Okay, cool. Next thing you know, this car all of a sudden stops. It didn't really stop next to us. It stopped like a couple of meters away, like probably 2 to 3 meters away, something like that, or 4 meters away. And first thing I see is doors opening all at the same time. I think three or all four doors open at the same time. It's like, you know, in those movies when they pull up on niggas, or they pull up on like I don't know, someone when they're trying to kidnap them or do something. Just all of a sudden the car stops, and then doors open at the same time. So I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? And then when the doors open, niggas come out of the car. I don't remember how many they were. I think there were 3 or something like that. So each person comes from a different door. And first thing I heard when they came out of the car, I remember this so clearly because that's the first sound that kind of plays in my mind when I think of that situation. First thing that I heard when they came out of the car all at the same time was guns cocking. That's when I knew that shit is about to go down. That's why I knew that shit is about to go down. This is not a friendly stop. This is why I knew that this is not a friendly stop to ask what's going on or something like that. I had guns cock. And that's when I knew that it's chai. It's about to go down. So when these niggas cock their guns, they say, hey, trying to make us stop and stuff like that. But then, obviously when that happens, if you get in that situation, your adrenaline kicks in. And when your adrenaline kicks in, it's either it triggers 2 responses. Either fight or flight. And in the type of situation, I'm not about to fight niggas who have guns. I'm not about to fight niggas who all have guns. So, triggered the flight mode. I was on flight mode. You see that little plane icon on your phone? I was on that mode. I was on flight mode. When that happened, I was Usain Bolt. I just bolted up. I just ran towards the main road. Towards the main road. Because if I ran we ran like the opposite way where we came from, though obviously going to catch you because there's no turns that you're going to make. You're just literally going to run straight, and when a person is driving, you can't really outrun a car. So you're running towards the main road because that was the closest even, and you'll be able to like run down the road or take whatever turns you're taking. So as I'm running, this nigga, he pulled out a gun and he's pointing the gun at me. He's pointing a gun at me and say, hey, because he's trying to make me stop, or else he's going to shoot me. But then I'm like, hell nah, there's no way I'm going to stop. Cause in my mind I'm like, if he tries to shoot me, I'm just gonna run in like a zigzag formation kind of thing, so that he doesn't have like good aim and he misses and stuff like that. So I already had it like planned out in my mind, cause I've got survival instinct, survival skills. So as I'm doing this, I'm running and this nigga tried to stop me. I saw the gun before I ran. I was like, hell no, I'm not about to stand there. Either if you want to get to me, you better kill me or something like that. So I was running. And in my mind at this time, there's like mind you, there's like a road, like I said, the road, and there's like a sidewalk next to the road where we're standing. Mind you, at this time, I realized that I was with this hand, right? And at the time when it happened, in my mind, I'm like, when I was running, in my mind, I'm like, she already ran, and because I felt like she's the one who saw everything better than me, because she was standing facing the road and I was facing her house. So in my mind, I'm like, nah, she took off in time, took off before me, and then she already turned at the T junction, turned down, and she's basically she's ahead of me, and I'm behind her. So I'm running. I'm like, nah, I'll catch up to her. And as I'm running on the sidewalk behind me, I hear someone fall down. I hear someone fall down and scream. That's where I knew that. That's when I knew that the hand was actually behind me on the sidewalk on my right hand. And that's when I knew that shit, this is a tricky situation. So now I'm kind of like ahead of her, but I haven't reached like the T junction where I'll turn down. So the moment I had her fall, I've got these two decisions now. Whether I continue running and she'll get up and run, or I go back. And mind you, these niggas all have guns. And I had them cock the gun, so any moment they can just pull the trigger and I'm out. And then they can do whatever they want to do to the girl. So when this happened, I don't know, my mind just decided, hey man, I'm not about to run and leave this hand behind and let her get kidnapped or stuff like that. So I turned, because now she's behind me. When I turned, I can see her on the floor, and I can see this nigga running towards her. And she's screaming, and she fell down and stuff like that. And when I turned, mind you, there was someone behind me with the gun. When I turned, the moment I turned and looked behind me, I saw that nigga pointing a gun at me, pointing a gun at my face. I literally saw the gun straight to my face, but he wasn't like really too close to me. He was like 2 or 3 meters away from me, but that's pretty close also. So I knew he could pull the trigger anytime, and then I'm down if I go back. And I think at some point, I don't know if my adrenaline mind is making this up or what, but I have I think I remember that nigga like pulling the gun, and then he made this clicking sound. You know, when like a gun makes like this clicking sound because it doesn't have bullets. Either it doesn't have bullets or it's just blocked. It couldn't like fire. I think I had that sound when I tried to turn back. But I was like, hey man, at that moment I was like, hey man, if you have to kill me, just kill me. At this point, I don't really care. And looking back at it, in hindsight, looking back at that, it's kind of stupid. It was kind of stupid. But then in the moment, I was like, hey man, in my mind, I'm like, hey man, if you kill me, just kill me. But I'm not about to leave her behind. So I went back now. And then I went back, she was on the floor, and then I ran towards her. That guy was pointing a gun at me. I don't remember. Then I shifted my focus from him on to her. I don't know what he was doing at that time when I was going towards the hand. And then I ran towards her, grabbed her hand from the floor. She reached out her hand and I managed to grab it. I don't know where I got the power from, but I literally like pulled her up from the floor. Pulled her up and then pulled her up back on her feet and kind of like pushed her in front of me so that she's in front of me and I'm behind her now. And then after that she ran, and then now I'm running behind her because I pushed her in front of me and now I'm like behind her. So like to get to her they have to like get to me first. So she ran and got to like the T junction and turned down and ran down the road, and I was running behind her. I was sprinting behind her, running away from these dudes that we don't know what they want to do. Either they wanted to kidnap her because there's like a high rate of human trafficking going on right now. So yeah, she turned down the road. I also turned running behind her. That time when we got to this other like tree where we could hide, I realized that on my left leg I was wearing flops with socks. On the on the left leg I had my flop on and my sock on, but on the right leg my flops were not there. My sock was not there. And I'm like, how the fuck did these things both get off my feet? But yeah, basically we managed to like run from them, and then we turned to this other place where there was like a tree, and then we kind of like hid behind the tree, and there was this old man in this other house. He was going inside his yard like, dude, we're being chased and people are trying to kill or hijack us and stuff like that. Please let us in. But he couldn't let us in because in hindsight I understand, because he was probably like thinking for his family, like, wait, if I let these people in and these people come in and then they kill my family, then I understand now that he was trying to protect his family. He didn't let us in, but eventually he managed to like Uber us while we like took cover behind the tree so that if they come looking for us they don't get us. And eventually the Uber came and then picked us up, dropped her at a place, and then I came back home. And yeah, that's basically what happened. Even this day sometimes you just like constantly have flashbacks like, oh, that happened. It still doesn't really feel real that it happened. But yeah, that's basically what happened. So I'd say the moral, the gist of this story is, obviously we tried to like walk home to like avoid this whole thing of like using an Uber. We are basically opting for like the safer route. In that moment, I remember like, nah, it's safer to walk home than to Uber. Home alone as a girl, you feel. But then it turned out that what you think sometimes is safe might not be safe. So I'd suggest, or I'd advise that if you're with a hand or something like that and you want to send them back home basically, but then because of this whole Uber thing going on, people getting kidnapped and stuff like that, I feel like the safest thing that you can do is, you can't really Uber her home alone. The safest thing you can do is Uber, request an Uber, get in the Uber with her, go home with her, drop her off, and come back. That's in hindsight, that's what I feel like was the safest thing to do. Although that's not what happened, but I feel like it was a lesson, and that's what I've learned from the lesson. So that's basically it. That's basically what happened and what I feel like you can take out from this video. Anyway, if you like the video, like, subscribe, share the video, comment down below what you think, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Appreciate it.